Oh my god, you guys.
You're like so subdued before pressing record. Just like, it always surprises me. You're such a YouTuber. It's crazy.
Okay.
Okay, go on. It's fine. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, we did a week. We're at 1 week. I'm Benzie. This is my friend Clara. And this is our documenting of our transition into the Uberman sleep cycle.
Okay, but there was no transition from like, hey Clara, do you want to do a video? And I'm like, sure, if you want to. And you're like, okay, I guess we're ready. Oh my god, I'm like, there was nothing. I'm just amazed. Okay, I'm sorry. It's fine. I just wasted the first half a minute. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
We did it for a week.
Yep.
So, yeah. 14 hours of sleep, pretty much, in 7 days.
Yeah, correct.
Holy camoli. So, I think things we want to talk about. Well, the thing that ignited this video is
the very subdued, calm conversation that got Benzie to pull out this laptop. Are you karate chopping? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were discussing the problem that is me, because the night before today, it doesn't feel right to say last night because, like, time. Anyway.
Well, cycle 1 of each day.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. So, like, so my nap is at 11:30 p.m., and then the cycle after that. Although, actually, to be fair, I have been getting pretty sleepy halfway through cycle 6. So I usually will start to feel, like, physically on my face almost, like, tiredness.
Yeah.
Like an hour or two before the 11:30 nap. And then I'll take the nap, and then I don't really feel better. I'll usually feel kind of worse.
Yeah.
And then continue to feel worse and worse and worse until the 3:30 nap, and then still feel tired after the 3:30 nap. And the last few nights it's been like a big struggle. And last night was like an ordeal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry and very grateful, and you're great and you were very helpful. Cause I'm like, I'm trying to like white knuckle it and not oversleep or not accidentally sleep. I actually haven't been oversleeping my naps like at all. There were a couple of times, I think there was one nap where I was like, that was a 20-minute nap, and I am choosing to take 8 more minutes. I don't remember why, but it was like, but I actually did do, like, I set the alarm, I took 8 more minutes, and then I got up. And it was just like, I don't know, so I'm not oversleeping those naps, but yeah, yesterday was really...
Yeah, and I had a problem of having my cycle 2 was always bad. So the last 2 days, I've taken 1 extra nap. I just, like, added another 20 minutes in. Not like, allowing myself to have 20 minutes and then, like, wake up and do 20 minutes immediately. But, like, get up, walk around, maybe, like, an hour later, do another 20 minutes. And that's made a huge difference for me and has made me, today, or yesterday, has been my most, like, actively productive day on the cycle. Like, I did lots of painting and projects that I've been trying to get done that I was kind of too lethargic to put energy into before, and I just, like, had way more space for that. So I do think I'm acclimated, and I don't feel upset about the 7th nap. But do, like, hope that eventually I could get rid of it, But I think I'd be totally okay if not, because still only sleeping 2.5 hours a day is still a non-zero amount less than 8 or 9 hours. So
true. Yeah. Very true. And also, like, yeah, so yes, so that's what you have done, and I have had some thoughts about it. I mean, mainly my reservations around you doing it was that I worried that you were like making allowances for yourself, which I chose not to, like, manage or really. I mean, I hope you didn't feel like I was like if you do this, I am judging you and you're the worst. But I definitely, now that I'm considering adding extra naps for myself, I'm having to process those kinds of perfectionist feelings because I am, I'm a pretty, like, competitive and, like if there are lanes, like, okay, here's an example. If I'm doing a competitive run or something and there are corners that I'm not supposed to cut, I'm going to make really sure that I don't cut the corner at all because that's the rule and I'm competitive, and if I want to win, I want to win by doing, like, the right thing. And, like, of course right now, like, we're not competing. I'm competing against myself. And so I'm having to move through, like, okay, if I add a new nap, am I going to be, like, losing against the version of myself that was going to do this perfectly no matter how bad it hurt and no matter how long it hurt? But yesterday was really bad.
It reminds me of our Yahtzee game. Like,
what about a Yahtzee game?
So in general, I think, like, my mindset is I just want to enjoy myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, like, the Yahtzee game, I was like, I'll take 0 on, like, lots of things as long as I, like, leave my Yahtzee open, because that's all I really cared about was the opportunity to have a Yahtzee, because it's so fun.
So cute.
And definitely, like, that was not strategic. But in general, like, with the sleep cycle, like, I think I had an easier time being like, oh, if this works, I'll add the 7th nap in. Because for me, I care about enjoying myself and having a good experience.
Yeah. I think I see the connection now because, like, on my Yahtzee game, I did choose to put a 0 on the space for Yahtzee because of, like, probabilities. Well, we'll deal with it. I actually still won, which, like, I wasn't even doing my math very well. I was pretty sleepy. I mean, we hadn't even started this process, and I was pretty sleepy. And there was one particular choice I made in the Yahtzee of, like, a reroll where I was like, oh, that was not the optimal, like, probability move to make. And I was like, if I lose, that'll be why. Because I didn't play a perfect game. That one turn, I made a poor choice. And I still won. Because, I mean, I was happy with all of my other choices. For context, I have a math degree. Like, whatever. But wait, what?
Do you play cribbage?
Yeah, I do, actually.
We should.
I'd have to relearn it. It was, like, years ago that I used to play a lot, but I loved it.
I love cribbage.
Okay, we'll play cribbage.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Okay, we should play tonight. If these...
Well, because I just remembered, I did this app to, like, train myself to get better at cribbage, and what it did is it rated all of my choices based on, like, the probability that it was the best choice.
Cool.
Based on all the cards.
So you made the app do the math for you. That's okay with me. Okay, I'm excited because if you still have those skills, you will probably wipe the floor with me several times when we play, which I will enjoy because it will activate my competitiveness, and then I will get better, like, with that extra energy.
Yeah.
Actually, being competitive over cribbage will probably keep me awake pretty successfully. But
I found with that app, I can, on cribbage, make the best choices most of the time. But if I play against, like, a computer cribbage player, you know, because cribbage is a lot of chance, like, it's skill and chance, I can play against, like, a computer cribbage that will always make the best choice and win about 50% of the time.
Oh, neat.
So, yeah, that feels good.
Yeah. Cool. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But in any event, the Yahtzee choice relates. How did it relate? Because I'm a purist, and because I feel like I've earned a win if I've done everything perfect to my own standards. And, like, honestly, that's a big part of why I'm comfortable losing, even though I'm a really competitive person. Like, if I had lost that Yahtzee game, I would have focused on that one turn where I was unhappy with what I'd done.
Yeah.
But having won, I still focused on that one turn. And if I hadn't done that one turn sort of incorrectly by my own standards and lost, I still would have been like, I did my best. Like, I did a good job. I made all my choices in ways that I can live with. And so on this situation, I feel like if I take the extra nap and that works, and then I get to the end, and, you know, at the end, like, I adapt, and then I can sustain this sleep schedule for as long as I want to, I'm still going to be thinking, well, but I did like trim this one corner, and I'm going to be like focusing on that unless I do some like mental work. And so that's really what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Trying to do some of that mental work before deciding to add an extra nap in.
Because it's not an actual game. There's not actual rules. It's really about your body and taking care of yourself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's really about your brain, Clara, and how you think about yourself. But you're right, it's also about your body. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just don't feel like the reward of the perfectionism is worth the pain you're going through.
Yeah. Well, and especially based on like yesterday, because I before we started this video, I was saying to Benzie that like, no matter what I decide, I'm not gonna have a repeat of last night because, I mean, you had to like, you got really creative really fast with with ways to help me stay awake, and it was like seconds. Like 1 second would go by after Benzie like poked me, and my eyes would be closing again.
Yeah.
It was really quick.
Yeah, so I couldn't keep up, so I had to create activities.
Really aggressively sleepy.
Yeah.
Well, for how many hours?
Well, so Claire had her foot like in the right spot, so every time I saw her eyes closed, I would just take my foot and go like this, and then I would like tap your foot, and you would like open your eyes for a second, and then close them again over and over, and eventually you moved your foot. Like, I did that to your foot, and you like were like, eh.
I don't wait. Like I moved my foot when I fell asleep, or I just moved it away.
No, when I tapped your foot that time, you moved your foot away, and that's when I was like, okay, I have to create activities.
I see,
because Claire is not participating in the amount I'm willing to wake you up over and over again for long periods of time.
It's really nice. I have no memory of that. Yeah. It just, I think I said this in another video, but it felt like being on a really slippery surface, and all directions were just like sliding into sleep. It really, there was just like no saving me. I mean, there was though. Like I don't know how much time I really slept over that period of real intense sleepiness. I mean, you'd have to estimate. I don't know, but but we like, you quizzed me on all kinds of, I don't know, it was a lot of work that I remember you doing. It's like probably more work than that. And I'm not going to do that again is my point. But, so I've strategized a few ways that I'm going to like adjust what I'm doing with my time during these waking cycles. But also, Benzie was like, what did you say? You were like, if I had control of your behavior, I would have you take another nap. Yeah. And we've been talking about Steve Pavlina. I finally looked up the name so I could say it right. And whose blog I read in its entirety, or at least the sections on polyphasic sleep a couple days ago, or a few days ago. Oh my god, I don't know when I read it. We were at my house at the time, and he added another nap between his 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. naps, which I remembered, but I didn't remember all of his like reasoning. And so I just now, before everyone we were talking about this before this video, I reread some of those entries, and he has like a pretty well reasoned, albeit like based in the sort of imaginary thinking of like, maybe this is how sleep works. We'll try this, and then it like worked for him.
To be clear, we have no science.
Right? People don't know. People don't actually know why we sleep. Like, I mean, there's just. It's a little bit like the electron. Like, well,
and specifically the Uberman Sleep Schedule. They're just like, all our evidence is anecdotal.
Yeah. So I find myself like pretty skeptical when anyone makes sweeping claims about the Uberman Sleep Schedule, but lots of things. But so I was in this position of like, okay, if I reason my way into adding a nap, then I'm worried it's because I'm like so sleepy that I just want the nap, and it's not because I'm deciding that it's the best thing. But then also I'm faced with like, there's lots of people saying things about the Uberman schedule and about polyphasic sleep in general that I'm skeptical of, because I'm like, these people are saying this like it's scientific fact, and they just don't actually have like, there's no research, there's no like scientists doing this work. It's just people talking about it and agreeing with each other but like it's a lot of guessing, and I'm not inclined to like take that to the bank. But then you were pointing out, well, okay, so you have like some people say the Uberman schedule is like impossible for most people to adapt to, which I think is like probably not the case. And then you've got probably things in between that people are saying. And then what this blogger Steve said, which was like adding an extra nap during the adaptation phase and then during sort of your recovery from the adaptation phase makes a lot of sense, and that you can probably take that extra nap out later. And I don't know if I should paraphrase his reasoning more. It had to do with like REM deficits, and then like which like I don't know if REM deficits are a real thing. I don't know.
I will link to that whatever.
That sounds better than me trying to paraphrase it
in the description below.
Yeah. But anyway, you pointed out that like this reasoning, which I question, and I'm open to, like it might be true. I don't know who's right, but I'm skeptical of it as a compass for my decision making. But you pointed out that this particular compass is closer to what I was already trying to do than other compasses, which would say like quit and start over in a few weeks, and
try the Everman,
or try a different, right? Because I was saying like if this doesn't work, like if I like somewhat adapt, but I still feel like garbage in the middle of the night, maybe I would try core sleep, like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
Which like maybe I would try one day, but that isn't my goal this time. So
yeah, and that's what I was thinking, because it was like, okay, so you're willing, like you don't want to compromise this competition, so you'd rather just enter a shittier competition. You know, like,
I don't feel like I have moral judgment of the Everman schedules.
But
some of them maybe, but like,
I'm saying if the goal is like the most like awake time, then you would just rather follow a different set of rules that are set than compromise these rules to get more of what you want.
Yeah. Which, interestingly, like, I mean, this doesn't make your point incorrect to me. Like, your reasoning stands with me, but it occurs to me that my actual goal is not to maximize my time in a day, necessarily. It's more correct for me to say that my goal here is to, like, prove that I can do something really, really hard.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm realizing that actually, like, the amount of time I'm adding, like, you know, within a couple of hours, I don't really need to add that much time to make this a worthwhile experience.
Yeah, you could add just like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and when you tell everyone else in the entire world, like, I sleep 2.5 hours a night and I'm a functional human being, like, they'll be like, wow, that sounds really hard / impossible.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah, I feel like I will get way more out of, even if I fail. Like, for the record, even if I fail, I will get way more out of how I handle the attempt and how challenging this is than I will get out of actually, like, the benefits that succeeding will give me. Yeah. Yeah, and actually, I mean, I'm to the point now where before every nap, I list my 5 values from the Clyde sort.
Yeah.
And one of those values is challenge. And that's, like...
That's one of mine, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, like, a big part of why I'm doing this and, like, working so hard to make it happen.
Yeah.
Is not because I, like, desperately need 6 extra hours. It's because I want to, like, do difficult things and succeed or fail them. How exciting to learn the truth of where my edge is as a person.
Yeah. I do think, like, if you look at or listen to, like, a lot of competitive athletes, a lot of them say, like, part of being a good athlete is knowing when to rest. You know? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not what I thought you were going to say. I was thinking more of, like, the, because I just watched the OA, like, and there's a scene where one of the guys was to one of the other guys that we thought it was impossible for humans to run a mile in less than 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then one dude did it, and then 6 months later or something, another person did it, and now it's like normal for high schoolers to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not normal, but it's like
possible,
heard of. Yeah. It's not totally unusual. And so a lot of my thinking around competitiveness with myself is not in the direction of, well, a good athlete knows when to rest. It's, well, a good athlete remembers that, like, all of our boundaries are imaginary lines that could be totally fake, and I should push as hard as I can until I'm dead. Like, that's my, that's my knee jerk. Did your computer die?
No, it just went into its little...
As much as I like your screensaver.
Yeah, I think the video's still recording. It's just, for some reason... Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird thing. Yeah, my brain isn't competitive enough to give you that.
Your brain is like zero competitive, and it's very strange to me. I don't understand how you ended up.
I just want to have fun, guys. I remember, Bara had this board game night at his house, and we were playing this game where you had to, like, bet on stuff, which I also, like, gambling is, like, I'm very, like, averse to it. It makes me not feel good.
Oh, yeah, I don't like the risk feeling of gambling, but I do like the competitive feeling of gambling. Yeah. And the math is fun.
It wasn't any real money. It was just game.
Was this the game with, like, the coasters and the skulls?
No.
That game was really fun. Okay.
Anyways, you had to bet on stuff, and I was like, okay, just to be clear, I hate this game, but I will play, because everybody else wants, because you need 4 players, right? And I was like, I just want to say at the beginning, I know I'm not going to like this game, so don't think that I'm not having fun just because I'm losing when we start playing.
Right, you're not having fun because of the game. It's
Yeah.
not because you're losing.
Yeah.
Cute.
And then I kicked everybody's ass at the game, and was just like, wow, I'm so thankful I won, so that you guys know I still think this game is the worst. Like,
that, that's how I feel about Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
Even when I'm winning, I'm like, this doesn't mean anything about anything.
Yeah. But I just felt like it's easier to say that you don't like a game when you won, because if you say it when you lost, everyone's going to be like, well, you're just like bad at losing.
Yeah.
But, so that did feel good.
Because it proves something right about you.
Yeah,
I get that.
Oh my gosh, 1 week. I just can't believe it.
It's weird.
Glitch there.
I don't remember.
You were talking about how you say, when do I go to bed? And
oh, yeah. Sometimes my thoughts, because we're very, immersed in this process.
Yeah.
But occasionally my, old sort of normal life thoughts will slip in and be like, isn't it kind of time to go to bed?
From a week ago.
I mean, it feels
like
so
months.
long ago.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but those thoughts will slip in, like when Benzie leaves and I go back to sleeping 9 hours. It's like, wait, that's not my plan. When would I? Yeah.
I definitely have thoughts of when I'm feeling sleepy, I am thinking okay, when I go to bed, then I'm not gonna have any time tomorrow, before we have to leave and go back to my house, back to your house, you know. But then I remember actually I'm only sleeping for 20 minutes, and then I still literally have 15 hours.
Yeah.
You know, because usually if I go to sleep and I have to do something the next day,
right, you're not gonna succeed.
I'd have 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's how I am with packing. If I need to pack for something, I have to do it the night before. Even if I stay up until 5 to finish the packing, because I'm a procrastinator too. Yeah. Because if I try to make myself do it in the morning, I won't wake up early enough to do it, and then I'll dilly-dally in the morning, and then I'll just be late for everything.
I still pack in the morning, though. I have the same problem, and I still do it.
Why? Well, anyway.
Because I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah. Well, I'm a procrastinator, but I'll do nothing until 3 a.m., and then I'll start packing. And I'll sort of alternate tasks. I'll pack and then I'll do something else, and then I won't get done until 5 or so. Yeah. And depending on my sleep schedule at that time, it's pretty bad. Yeah. But that's
what happens is I pack quickly because I hate being late to things, which I think we have a different thing on that.
Yeah, I'm late a lot.
Yeah. So
by hours.
I will leave on time. I will pack in the morning, leave on time, and then arrive and be like, wow, I have 20% of the stuff I need.
Yeah, I'll spend I'll make a list, and then I just won't feel it's so stupid. I won't feel standing up, so I'll just sit there staring at the list, and I'll play on my computer or whatever for 5 hours, and then it's okay, I'm exhausted, and what I really want to do is just lie down and and go to sleep, just even with the lights on, not even change, not brush my teeth, nothing. But then it's no, I have to pack, and then I'm packing twice as slow as I should be because I waited until 4 a.m. or whatever. Yeah, it's rough. And then I'll oversleep the next day, but that's okay because I'm already packed. Yeah.
One thing that's funny that happens to me a lot is I make a list, like a little checklist in Google Keep, and then I'll use the list while I'm packing, I think, and then
I know where this is going.
And then when I arrive at the place, I'm like missing a bunch of things, and I'm like, wait, did I not put that on the list? And I open the list, and there's always like 6 items not checked off.
I don't know.
And
how
it's
that
like,
happens.
and I'm like, what the heck?
How did you like what?
So I
don't know how
clearly
to teach you
had
how
the
to use
list
the
open
list.
and was checking things off throughout packing, but somehow
That is
I just
so
like
funny.
I'll
I'll even create 2 separate lists. Like I have a list, a master list, and then I have a morning list, which is the things that you can't pack until after you've used them in the morning. And my morning list will include like very basic things. Like it'll say like change your clothes, like grab your pillow. I don't know, like little things. But
Yeah.
it'll be like phone charger, because you're charging your phone that night.
Yeah.
And then you have to pack your phone charger. But like I would never leave without checking off those items.
Yeah. I don't
Because
know.
those are like the most important things.
what's happening in my brain.
You're just not competitive enough.
Yeah.
I blame it on that.
It's true. I just want to chill, man. So yeah,
Different way.
I'm really excited. We made it to a week. We are alive. We are thriving.
I'm not thriving yet.
I know.
I'm like 80% there on the decision to do another nap in this sleep cycle, which is weird because I think that would put me at a nap in about 20 minutes, which I think will feel great. Actually, I want to do it thinking about it, but
So definitely, if you're interested in continued content on this, like, comment, and subscribe. And
sorry.
I know you hate it. But
And press the bell so you get notifications.
I'm never gonna do that because I have the bell turned off on all like 500 channels I'm subscribed to because I hate fucking notifications. But
I press it on everyone I ever subscribe to because I think this one I'm really gonna pay attention to the
Wow.
notifications,
I hate
and then
that.
I never watch any of the videos I subscribe to. I'm the absolute opposite.
That's
of
so
you.
funny. But what I wanted to say is some upcoming content that I'm excited about is we have someone coming on to do like a discussion / interview with us who is also successfully acclimated to the Uberman Sleep Schedule. Someone in my family is really interested in acclimating, so they sent me a list of questions that they have, so I thought we would do like a little Q&A style video. And then I think because it's been a week, we probably will no longer be doing daily or multi-daily updates like we have. But
I'll believe that when I see it.
yeah, we'll find out. I mean, I might just have fun and do it. But
I feel like you're gonna be like, we did a thing that's interesting, and we'll just like, this is only loosely related to Uberman, but like, we watched this movie and then we had this interesting conversation, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's gonna.
oh well.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not in charge of this, but
I'm not saying I'm not going to post videos on my YouTube channel every day. They just might not be like
I see that.
like specifically this series. Yeah, so those are some other things that are coming up that I'm really excited about, and I hope to see you there.
Oh my god.